with bees. Yes, sorry about these bees, but we are sitting inside cage. We will be watching today bees, native bees which are inhabiting some natural environments in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. This is my channel, Dr. Viktor Fursov, entomologist, beekeeper, teacher. And today, this midnight time, I finally decided to show you some bees in this cage. So like zoo of bees, zoo of native bees. Sorry I keep them inside the box, but they are very active, so quite difficult to show them outside. I have recorded some of them on flowers, but today we will be watching them, here, not under microscope, but under the small magnification to show you some differences between native bees and domesticated bees as honeybees. So first of all, can you recognize that we have here different bees? To be honest, there are some honeybees here, and to be honest, some of them, they are not honeybees. Many of them, they are completely not honeybees. Can you recognize who is who? Who is honeybee, who is not honeybee? By the way, they are very similar from the first view. From this first brief observation, they're quite difficult to identify. But if you are careful, you can recognize their behavior, their fuzziness, or their hairness. So they are different citation, very different structures, coloration, even the size. So they're not hungry here because I gave them some flowers. And this is a brief video to show you the biodiversity of native bees on dandelion flowers. Now we have time when orchids are flowering, orchids in blossom, cherry trees are in blossom, apple trees in blossom, lilac, magnolia in blossom, and of course dandelion flowers are in blossom. So and this is also some kind of a wild cherry flowers in this cage, white flowers, you see. Some of bees are hungry and feeding on flowers here. I gave also some drops of honey for them, but they are stressed, so they are not able to recognize honey, unfortunately. But they are not hungry. They're only angry. They're angry. And some of them angry and can sting painfully, but some of them, they can sting but not so painfully. For instance, this one in the center. Who is this bee? Honeybee or not? To be very careful, you have to recognize the size of this bee. Size is quite big. I can say you the size is same as honeybee, but this is not honeybee because of fuzziness of a thorax is different, brownish color or dark brown color, and citation of mid pair of legs and last pair of legs. 4 pair of legs the same. So who is this? This bee has a special name. So collecting honey, not honey, nectar. This bee has a name miner bee or mining bee. Yeah, so strange and surprising during this time, especially in the time of war in Ukraine. Mining bee, mining bee of a family Andrenidae. Some of these bees here are round nesting bees, and also two specimens of honeybees are hiding somewhere. For instance, this one in the center, this is a round nesting bee of a family Andrenidae, and big one is also Andrenidae, but another species. This one is female and big one is female too. And you see legs, hind legs and middle legs, brownish color. So they're adapted for collecting honey, not honey, but collecting pollen. And to be careful here, look here. Now in the center, this is a honeybee, Apis mellifera. First one, this is a different one. This one is genus Andrena, so family Andrenidae, or mining bee. And this is family Apidae, Apis mellifera, honeybee. And big one, you see, same size, even bigger. But this is another mining bee, another species of Andrena, also with different structure of hind legs, which are very hairy with many bristles. So hind legs, middle legs, and especially thorax is very, very hairy. This is adaptation to collect pollen on hind legs, not on scopula like for honeybees, but still on middle pair of legs and hind pair of legs. And who is this small one? Yes, I can identify it easily because I observed for behavior. And this is a male. Yes, this tiny, so slender individual. This is a male of Andrena, male of a family Andrenidae, also mining bee, but only male with longer antennae, very slender shape of body, brownish color of thorax and black abdomen. This is male. Male was trying here to mate sometimes, but now also in stress. For big species or for middle-sized species of Andrena, I'm not sure which species. Andrena is a very big genus of mining bees. Only one genus in the world fauna consists of over 1,000 species, 1,300 species. And the family Andrenidae, mining bees, also huge, over 2,300 species. So many species. But these are species living in Ukraine. And the biodiversity of native species of bees in Ukraine also pretty high, according to specialist experts on bees in Ukraine. According to Professor Radchenko, over 800 species of native bees are inhabiting Ukraine. Over 800 species of bees have been recorded in Ukraine. Can you imagine? Only one species of honeybee, but more than 800 species of native bees. So if we are saying, save our bees, we are usually people saying, save our honeybees. But what about another 799 species of native species of bees? So many of them. Many species needs protection, needs investigation and study of the biodiversity, biology, distribution, and some protection. Many species are enlisted in the list of protected species or endangered species, which are in danger of disappearance, so included in a special book which is named the Red Book of Ukraine. Species which are living in steppe regions, in semi-steppe regions, especially in some places like natural reservation in Ukraine, which are in danger of disappearance because of their native areas, their native plants, which are host plants, have been damaged by human beings' activities, and they can disappear maybe in the future. Or we don't know the situation even now for many species, because they're in the places which are under the huge danger because of military activities in Ukraine, because of war against Ukraine now. Now we can recognize here in the center different bees. Who is in the center? This is honeybee. Honeybee is hairy, with brownish color, with scopula on hind legs, with piece of pollen you see. The scopula is shining place on hind tibia, with some pollen, collecting honey, collecting nectar from flowers very easily, especially from deep flowers. And you see, Andrena is so different, so hairy. Why the name of Andrenidae family is mining bees? They don't make mines. They are living inside, under the ground. They are making nests. They are mining nests. They are making special burrows, tunnels under the ground, using their mandibles. And they are making special nests under the ground for their progeny. They don't have colony. They are solitary bees, and these are honeybee, which has a nest, and this is worker. And this is Andrena. How deeply Andrenidae or mining bees are making their nests? Yes, very deeply. Very deeply. They are making nests under the ground on the depth about 15 centimeters or even 30 centimeters. So 1 foot or even 2 foot depth. So deeply. And they are making special branches from the central tunnel, and on these branches they are making special underground capsules. Inside this capsule they are stocking pollen, which is covered with liquid of nectar. So underneath the mining bees they are collecting nectar not for stock, but only for creation of pollen ball. Pollen ball inside cells. They lay eggs on pollen ball, and the larva, which is hatched from egg, eating pollen ball underground in each separate nest. Because underneath the mining bees, they are solitary bees. They don't make colony. They are not colony bees. They are making only aggregations. Aggregations means they are making separate nests, separate burrows under the ground, just in one place. So this is their behavior. They don't have any separation on castes, like workers, queen, drones in the same nest. We have drones, of course, we have males, but males are not living in the same nest. Males are living separately, flying on flowers, and after mating they are dying. This is honeybee in the center. Honeybee is feeding on nectar. And this big one is mining the andrena. Again, in the center, small individual, this is a male, and then on the top, this is a female of andrena, mining bee. There are many other bees which are inhabiting round nesting environment, which are also round nesting. They are named quite funny. Their names as a sweet bees of a family Halictidae. There are also carpenter bees and mason bees, which are well known as osmia bees and megachila bees. Carpenter bees is a xylocopa bees, very big one, sometimes considered as pests because making burrows in wood. Carpenter bees. There are also some bees which are named plasterer bees. Plasterer bees because they're covering their underground cells and tunnels with special liquid which we are producing, which are making like a plaster on the walls of cells for protection against fungi. But these interesting mining bees of a family Andrenidae also making kind of a plaster around walls of cells for protection, so they partially can be said as plasterer bees. Their behavior also is quite similar because they're making tunnel, then branches of tunnel, and bunches of cells underground. So again here we see on the top one species, on the down active another species of Andrena, and on the left we can see this is worker of honeybee. Now you have recognized several species of Andrenidae family or mining bees, so you can recognize their biodiversity. Over 90 species, I guess, of Andrenidae are known for Ukraine, quite many. As I said, total number of bees are over 800 species in Ukraine. And this is only one family. Andrenidae, honeybees here inside this cage. Andrenidae. Maybe I can collect another family so I can show them later. And also I can say that I collected these funny and active, looks like aggressive bees very easily on dandelion flowers. Why easily? Because we are not stinging too much. We are not stinging hardly. This female, I cannot say queen because she's not making colony. This is a female. Female has a sting and can sting. I collected sometimes with flower, and some of queens stung me in fingers, so was little bit painful, I can say. Smaller species on the right also can sting, but less painful, because sting is smaller, but big one, which was size of honeybee, stung me a little bit painfully. But the smallest specimens here, this is a male, two males. Yes, two males here on the left side. Males were not stinging at all. You can pick them by fingers easily. They're not stinging, they're absolutely helpless. They're only mating with females, and they have no any organ for protection. Even mandibles very small, they do not bite. But this big one, female of a mining bee of genus Andrena, can protect itself because it can sting, and if your fingers are very soft and you have a thin skin, it will be a little bit painful, be sure. But of course, where is here? Honeybee is more dangerous, has excellent protection. Honeybee has an excellent sting and can sting very painfully. Be careful about honeybee. Do not try to pick honeybee in your fingers, because you receive very aggressive and painful answer. Do not touch me, do not take me, do not handle me. Only males are helpless. But honeybee, strongly protective, can protect itself. And these bees, these are mining bees queens, also can protect themselves. And we can find here some food, as you see. Female is feeding on flowers. So this is a story about honeybee and about mining bee, about mining bees of a family Andrenidae. So you have recognized now that bees are very different. Different size, different color, different fuzziness, different citation, different coloration, and even different type of sting. Some of them can sting, but some sting painfully, but some not painfully. There are also some stingless bees, Meliponine, but Meliponine were bees which are living in tropical areas. And unfortunately, we don't have them. I will be very pleased to show you some Meliponine. If you have them in your native area, you can send me Meliponine for collection and for presentation, because I have not visited yet Indonesia, Thailand, where these bees are living, and also India. And we don't have them in our collection. But who knows, maybe someone can share the material with our collection as well. So I can show you some stingless bees of Meliponine subfamily in the future. But today we are happy to show you mining bees. Plasterer bees were slightly different. Maybe I can show them you in midsummer. First bees, as expert says, first bees are mining bees of a family Andrenidae. So they are here, and I am pleased to show you them. So I hope so. It's not very difficult time for these bees. Now it's evening time and morning time. I will need to release them in the nature, because being night time they cannot find their own nest. They can be lost midnight. But morning time they will be happy to fly away. So I will release them to the nature. Thank you for watching. Press like, write your comments, ask your questions in the future, and write your questions in comment section. And check my other videos. I can try to show you some stories about bees, about butterflies, about beetles, which are hatched now in springtime, which are flying, running, jumping everywhere around now. And it's time to show you insects after winter time. Springtime we have many insects. Hopefully we will have electricity, internet, and I will be able to show you these insects from Ukraine, where we have difficult situation, but we stand with Ukraine, we support Ukraine, and write your ideas about insects under this video. And don't forget, visit my Patreon page, buy me coffee, or becoming my sponsor donator. Or even your small comment will support me in the distribution of this video in the internet. Your comment is an interesting feedback and motivation to make new video, new educational stories about insects and invertebrates. Thank you for watching. Good luck. See you soon on my channel. I make smaller magnification so you can recognize how I'm sitting here. Good luck. See you soon on my channel. Subscribe.